This one it's interesting and it's shocking at the same time. But we're starting to almost become numb to it because we report on stories like this so often now. And it seems like a lot of these stories are coming out of one particular county in Central Florida, Volusia County.
A highly publicized
county. We are talking about a 10-year-old doing a perp walk in Volusia County. And the sheriff there, Mike Chitwood, says he wants these kids to be seen and exposed because they're making threats to schools in particular. Really serious threats, and he wants the community to know he's taking this, every single one, very seriously. And he's named the 10-year-old. He showed the face of the 10-year-old, and other places have shown it. We're not showing his face or giving his name because he is 10. Mm-hmm. And when you see how little he is compared to the cop who has him in handcuffs and taking him out.
Just a little guy.
It really is. So he is, it's a Pride Elementary student in Deltona, wrote on a classroom whiteboard that he would bring a gun to school. Then he left a list of people who he was going to kill. He left that on his desk. The student, a 10-year-old boy, as I said, was arrested for making a written threat to kill. That's a felony. So this 10-year-old now has a felony.
Got a guy scooting in the background here.
Yeah. Okay, so serious story there. He told deputies he didn't mean it, and his parents told investigators he didn't have access to any guns. But it just shows you in this case, it doesn't matter the access to the guns. You have access to the words and the actions that you're doing, which is another reason parents need to tell the kids that these threats are taken seriously. And if you don't want to end up in handcuffs and doing a perp walk in Volusia County, and I think other counties are starting to follow that lead too, but when you're talking about a child this young, and we've had several, I was doing some research. Right now we have had 10 that we've publicized just in Volusia County.
Is it up to 10?
It's up to 10,
oh, okay.
But there are probably more than that. These are just the ones that was like, oh my gosh, there's a perp walk. There's a 10-year-old in handcuffs.
So this brings up an interesting point, and I don't know that we'll agree on this. So Sheriff Mike Chitwood puts it on social media, shows the kid's face, says his name. We as a news organization don't really jive with that, at least on our air. We don't want to put...
In some cases, though, we do. In some cases, we do.
10?
With that, I guess 10? That's where we drew the line, because I think we had another one that was young as well. But
well, the last ones we had the girls in high school who brought the knife to school.
I think there were 15 and 16.
It was a very serious charge. They were older, though. 10 is elementary school.
Yeah.
Okay? And I understand what he's doing, and I don't think we have a lot of respect for Sheriff Chitwood.
100%.
Don't agree with everything that he does. 10 years old feels like a pretty young kid to be, and I don't know that it will have the desired effect. And we talked about maybe doing a story. Does this really keep kids from doing it? Will it shame them into not doing this in the future? I don't know. Will it show other kids, oh, hey, I think,
sometimes it's like they get more attention.
Some things we don't put on TV because we don't want the kids to seek that attention.
Exactly. This might be one of them. This might be one of them.
And to see, at 10, I have a...
Now, had he done more than just write words, maybe if he had access to weapons or something like that, then it's escalated to another level. But still, it's a felony to make those kinds of written threats. And I think I think they're tired of dealing with it, and they don't want to have to waste resources to respond to these false calls and threats when they really have other things they need to be doing and taking care of in the community. So when you have a child this young thinking it may be funny or clever to do it, wasting resources and time.
I do think that when this kid one day, maybe he gets his life together, I hope he does, and then when he's 20, he's 10 years old. You don't know what you are at 10 years old. When he's 25 and he's looking for a job, if his employer then searches his name, they're going to find this, and this could have an impact on his future life.
I mean, I feel like, and I'm not familiar with how it actually works, but if he's a juvenile, and I know this is a felony, but maybe his record is sealed and you can't get access to that.
Normally, normally you would not get access
Yeah.
to juvenile records. It
So-
wouldn't just pop up on a cursory search. But now that it's on Facebook
Yeah.
and on the news
And everywhere else.
with his name
I know,
attached to it,
I know.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's something to think about. And I know he
is.
has good intentions behind this, the sheriff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 10 feels a little
I know.
young.
'Cause you're right. That kid does not know what he wants to do. He doesn't know who he is. I just know he's in a lot of trouble
He has time to
tonight.
figure things out, and I hope he does.